What's going on, friends? Thank you for tuning in for the Millionaire Morning Show. Please take an opportunity to visit this ad from our sponsor, Tej Henley. 30% off your first order plus a free gift. It is absolutely phenomenal. I appreciate you. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me, but I just got home off of an early morning flight, right? First thing through the door, I want to see my family. I love my family. You know, I'm a family man. I'm an advocate for families, right? Second thing, I got to get that hot shower because I got to throw the threads on. The threads make me feel like $1,000,000, but the third thing through my mind and all throughout the trip is that I got to have that Tej pack. Tej makes my life uncomplicated. It's uncomplicated skincare for men. The first way that I started specifically was their level 1 system. It's a daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin. 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells. An AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun. And a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. Here's the thing. My favorite part about Tej Henley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. They really making the process of achieving and maintaining amazing skin for men uncomplicated. In addition to amazing skin, members of Tej Henley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price, the ability to customize your box, exclusive monthly deals, you can pause and cancel at any time, and you get free shipping. And because Tej Henley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an amazing deal, right? Just click the first link in the description and you get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. It's an amazing deal. You got to get started today. You're not out here trying to look like a Dusty. And if you travel as much as I do, which I'm sure most people don't, but you know me, I'm pushing my bag chasers in order to be in the top 5%, top 10%, top 1%. We got to make our lives uncomplicated, and Tej Henley is no better product. You got to look good. You got to smell good. And you can't be looking like a Dusty. Make sure you get started today. Click the link in the description. Get that Tej pack. Feel the Tej, my friends. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tapping into the Millionaire Morning Show. I am cooking up morning, noon, and night. We are doing God's work out here in these streets. What's going on, family? How do you feel? I'm checking in. Yo, do y'all know that I just got done taking a nap? Probably about an hour and a half ago. So Q&A, shout out to Q, my girl, my home girl. Shout out to everybody that tap in on Q&A on Mondays and Wednesdays. Shout out to all of you guys. So Q and I do a show on Monday and Wednesday nights, right? And we talk about different subjects that's happening in popular culture, and it's pretty awesome. And it happens on the other channel, right? And then I have good friends tap in. I got Angry Man tapping in. I got Raw B. Shout out to Raw B. We got Patriarchy. We got Lakeith. We got my dog Jay Prince. We got all of our friends, and then all of the bag chasers and stuff tap in, right? And we have civil discourse. Now, it's almost like Fight Club Light. I'm a little bit more in the mix when it comes to moderating because, this is a different thing. But I'm just going to tell you, sometimes these things take on a life of their own. Long story short, I wind up being up. What time did I get off? 4 in the morning? 4 a.m.? 4 a.m. plus. Had to be closer to 4:30 a.m. Eastern. And then, you talk on the phone, you talk to different people, whatever, so on and so forth, right? Incredible, insane. We had that mug rocking. And when I say rocking, it was still rocking at 4 a.m. Then I had to take Rita and my daughter to the airport at 5. So naturally, I ain't going to sleep. I'm just going to stay up. I'm just going to kick it. I'm just going to rock out. And then, I got back home. I took a little nappy nap. I took like an hour and a half nap. And then we back at it. You know what I'm saying? So my biggest concern, or my biggest problem in life, this is my biggest problem in life. My biggest problem in life is finding out where I can pull back some. Now, obviously, it was unexpected for us to be up that late. I was feeling bad, to be honest with you, because I was thinking to myself, man, Q is Q gonna be hit. I'm always concerned about the people around me. I'm never concerned about myself. I'm concerned about all of the hundreds and hundreds and almost 1,000 people that's watching at the same time on a live stream. I'm like, man, they rocking out with me on a Wednesday night, Thursday morning, and these people is killing. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, I just want to say I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. And shout out to everybody that continue to rock out with me. I try to pour into y'all on different platforms and different ways and open up the opportunities for different people to have their voice heard, and not just mine, not just the people that I rock with, but also people that I don't know, because different people, I literally meet different people every day in real life and online. My schedule is so packed and so booked, and shout out to the Patreon members. I'm gonna get to y'all in a minute. My schedule will be so packed and so booked. Rita came to me yesterday and was like, hey, can I get like an hour and a half of your time so we can go out and we can have some drinks? Because she know I like to get out. Rita like to get out. We like to kick it. So we dipped, and then we went and got some drinks or whatever, and we kicked it with the people at the bar and all of that. And then we got back home. We got right back to it, and then it was rock out time. So I don't miss. We get it. No excuses. Ain't no, hey, taking off and all that other type of stuff. No, we got work to do. We got people to build. We got platforms to make sure that we get up and popping. We got a whole group of people that we don't even know that we haven't tapped in yet. Oh, shout out to, let me do a little bit of housekeeping. Shout out to Teach Hanley, 30% off your first order plus a free gift. Thank you for supporting the platform. Please, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not already, make sure you sign up for Teach Hanley. It is a dope product, and I use it every single day. Link is in the description. After that, I need y'all to make sure that y'all tap into the Patreon. Shout out to Austin. I'm gonna just say Austin. All right. Let me read Austin's text message. I might have to share it on. I don't want to share it because I don't want that much of his business out. Shout out to Austin. Text me yesterday and said, Anton, they promoted me yesterday. You see me got the little hands up right here like this, like in a celebration. He said, Anton, they promoted me yesterday. Now, Austin is a guy that I have been coaching since one of the very beginning seat at the table members, right? And I've been pouring into him and I've been pushing him. And I'm going to just be honest with y'all. Everybody don't jump at the same time that everybody else jumps. Some people, it take a session. Some people it take 3 or 4 sessions. Some people it take 6 months. Some people it take a year. But he finally got that position. So please, ladies and gentlemen, Austin, and again, I don't want to say his last name, but Austin, let's just say Austin B. Austin B is, matter of fact, you know what? Let's do this. I don't even know. I'm probably out of pocket right now because I'm sure he probably at work. He is a part of the Bag Chasers. I don't even know if he's going to pick up.
Your call has been forwarded.
Yeah. He just hit me with the I'll call you back message. But no, shout out to Austin B. He is a part of the Bag Chasers. Please, we want to take an opportunity to congratulate the people that are winning. And Austin got that big dog promotion that he'd been tapping in with me from the very beginning, and he finally got there. We coached him to it. He finally crossed that finish line. And the first thing that I said to him, hold on, he said, Anton, because, I'm hoping that he reached out to me after his wife. He said, they promoted me today. So I hit the like, and then I hit the hands buttons. And then I said, congrats, look like hard work is paying off. Let's not stop there. We have more work ahead of us. Let me say that again. I said, congrats, look like hard work is paying off. We have more work ahead of us. He said he put a number up there that he wanted next, that he's looking to get next. Shout out to the Bag Chasers. And then he said, thank you for your mentorship. Thank you for your mentorship. This is what he said. Let me tell you the difference sometimes between successful people and unsuccessful people. And again, I didn't know that I was going to talk about this morning before we started getting into it. But let me tell you the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people. You have to be coachable. I'm going to say that one more time. You have to be coachable. It's some people, have y'all ever heard the term, you too smart for your own good? Oh, here he is. He calling me back right now. Hold on. Austin, my man.
Hey, good morning.
How you feel, my friend?
It's life changing. I know.
You said it's
I
what?
know we talked.
Hold on, wait. Before you start saying too much, let me just tell you, I am on a live stream right now, okay?
Oh.
So just relax. Don't say no numbers. Don't get too much in the details. But how do you feel, my friend?
Wow. Well, hi everybody. I'm ecstatic.
You ecstatic?
Yes.
Is this not the thing that we've been working on since we first got in contact with each other?
It is. Yes, sir.
So let me ask you a question. First of all, how old are you, Austin?
I'll be 33 in August.
You're gonna be 33 in August, right?
Yes.
Got a baby on the way, right?
Yes, sir.
How much have I kicked your ass this whole time? Be real. Just be real. How much have I kicked your ass since we've been on this with the intention of getting you to where you are now?
You have not given me any breathing room. You have been on my neck every call.
On your head. On your neck.
Yes. I say it with a smile now.
You couldn't see it at first, and I said, listen, it's not going to go the way you think it's going to go, but at the end, the only thing that we focused on is the results, right?
That's it.
Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you. And appreciate your mentorship, sir.
And we got more work to do.
Right.
This ain't it. Right. This is just the beginning. This is just the tip of the iceberg, but I did want to talk to you. But thank you for calling me back. I'm going to call you after I get off the live stream, okay?
Okay, cool beans.
All right, my friend.
Okay.
It don't always go the way that y'all think it's going to go. Sometimes I preface certain calls when people get on the phone with me because they think that it's going to go one way and they going to teach me how to coach them. And the first thing sometimes, not everybody, but some people, very few, I have to tell them right away, man, I don't give a fuck about what you saying to me. How you going to tell me how to coach you? And some people can take it and some people can't. And that's how I'm able to separate the people that's really, really down for this thing. Because listen, if you're going to get offended at what I'm going to say to you, then you're not built for what's going to happen out here in the world. You're not built for executive leadership. You're not built for the positions and the promotions that you want. You're not built to be a business owner. You're not built to be a content creator. If you are so sensitive that the first thing that I say to you that you don't like rubs you the wrong way and you feel a certain type of way and then you turn into a zesty, get the fuck out of my face. I don't need you. My calendar is booked to infinity. I have people that I have poured into and changed their life. They will be rocking with me for life. There is not a day that does not go by where somebody does not say, Anton, what can I do for you because you changed my life, the trajectory of my life, my unborn kid. You just heard him online. He just told you, I have a baby on the way and you changed the trajectory of my kid's life. My wife is different. My daughter is going to be different. He got a whole new relationship now. I'm not going to tell y'all his story because I'm not going to tell you anybody's business. But what I am going to tell you is that what I do and what we do here at the Bag Chasers, we change lives. We move mountains. We change the generation that comes after you. There is nothing and no one that is ever going to get in my way when it comes to making sure that you get what you need in order to be successful. That's real. It don't get no realer than that. I'm going to be the man that your father should have been. I'm going to be the man that your uncles, your pastor, everybody that's supposed to play a significant role in your life that told you what you wanted to hear instead of telling you the truth, that's what I'm going to be. I'm not here to make you feel good about yourself. The feel good comes after. The feel good don't come before. It don't come during. It don't come while you trying to get yourself together. That's the grind. That's the mire. And then we can celebrate, and then we gonna pop bottles, and then we gonna get the champagne out, and then when I come to your city, we gonna dap it up, and we gonna say, yo, fam, remember when you first ran into me and whatever, so on and so forth, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm trying to change your life. I'm not trying to, listen, hate me now, thank me later. Thank me later. Or you can appreciate me now and thank me later, because I'm going to change everything. My goal is to be such a force in so many different families and so many people's lives on an individual basis that it's going to change the trajectory of some of your lineage. You're going to be a better husband. You're going to be a better wife. You're going to be a better father. You're going to be a better mother. You're going to be a better steward of your money. You're going to be a better person to your community. You're going to be so overflowing with blessings as a result of attaching yourself to me that you're not going to know what to do with it. But the first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to be coachable. If you're not coachable, what am I going to do with you? If you knew how to coach you, what you trying to tell me, somebody gonna come to me talking about, hey, here's my assessment that I took online. I was like, cool. Let me show you what I did with the assessment. Wow. And then I use it as a basketball. You can't teach me how to coach you. You can't teach me how to coach you. Don't worry. Your wife is going to thank me later. I'm going to make you a better everything. Every aspect of your life is going to be affected by what it is that we do here. Shout out to the bag chasers. Link to the Patreon is in the description. I've already uploaded. I haven't put the cover photo on it yet, so I haven't actually released it. I schedule it to drop shortly after this live stream is up. I had to do a little bit more editing and take a couple little things out of the Patreon live stream that we did for the mastermind. The mastermind is scheduled. It's already scheduled to drop today shortly after the Patreon. I'm going to upload the cover photo, and then we're going to drop that for y'all. So shout out to the bag chasers. The link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Shout out to the people that are intentional. Shout out to everybody that got a coaching call. If you need to kick it with me personally, email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com. But please, before you make that call, before you decide to send me that email, before you start to send me them DMs and all of the other type of stuff, remember this. I'm not your father. I'm better than your father, because your father didn't love you enough to tell you the truth. The truth may sting a little, but it's going to feel so much better in the end. You have to be coachable. Don't listen to what the population say, to the majority of the people, because I'm going to tell you, the majority of people are broke. The majority of people are going to hell. Y'all don't want to hear me say that, but I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I am not here to tell people what they want to hear. I'm here to tell you the truth. The road to hell is wide, and the majority of people are always going to go in the wrong direction. The path to heaven is narrow. The path to being rich is narrow. It's much more difficult. It takes much more effort. It takes humbling yourself and listening to people that may know a little bit of something that you don't know. It may take being uncomfortable. It takes getting uncomfortable with everything that goes on in your life. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Get comfortable with it, because that's what success looks like. If you have not already, read Winning by Tim Grover. He breaks down the mentality and what it takes to be a winner. And it is ugly. It hurts. You may not be built for it. You may be built for working your 40 hours a day and that being the end of the conversation, hoping you fall into a relationship, praying that your kids can get a scholarship because you can't afford for them to go to college. That may be your path. I may not have anything for you. I am not for everybody. I am for a select group of elite people that are looking to take over the world, and that's what we build in the Patreon today. So if you want to, you can tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat, and you know how to get in touch with me if you want a coaching call. Shout out to the chat. What up, though? All of my bag chasers and my people. What's up, friends and family? I love you guys. What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? Yeah. Shout out to Big OG. TT says, hey, Anton, I messaged your email like you told me for a coaching call. I work 4 days a week, 12-hour shifts. So hopefully we are able to work scheduling out so that we can chat when I'm off. We're going to get you set up. Don't worry about it. My assistants probably is already working on it. So shout out to Big OGTT for being intentional. We're going to get you taken care of, big dog. Aaron, facts. I just told a good friend of mine to get in touch with you. The best form of advertisement is word of mouth. I got more people saying, Anton, my peoples is trying to get in touch with you. And you still wasting time trying to hold on to your little $15. Don't make me go and get the money phone out there and make it rain on the live stream today. Please don't make me go get the money phone out of there. Don't make me go get my travel pack money. Yeah, we gonna get it in. So shout out to all of the super chats. Shout out to my Patreon members. Shout out to the people that continue to rock out. All my beautiful ladies, Beautiful Disaster, Black Dazzle, Queen J, everybody. Kenya, what up, Kenya? What's up, love? I'm a defender of my ladies. My ladies that's actually doing it the right way and taking care of business. I am a defender of. What's up, Tay Tay? Hey, Tay Tay. What's up, Queen J? Shout out to Beautiful Disaster. I am a defender of my ladies. I'm telling you. I do not play when it comes to my ladies. Not my ladies of Wakanda. No, no, no. And you ain't got to be black in order to be in Wakanda. Shout out to Randy. Shout out to my Idaho bag chasers. Yep. Shout out to my ladies. I love my sweet, beautiful, feminine ladies that rock with Anton from AntonDaniels.com. Shout out to Q. Shout out to B. Shout out to my ladies. I love you guys. You are my heart. You make my heart melt. I love you, baby. I love you. Can we get into the show? Can Anton shows up in real life? Can we get into the show? Shout out to C. I can't forget C. What up, C? What's up, C? I love it. What's up, Kenya? What's up, ladies? I love y'all. I love my ladies. Yeah, y'all are my heart. Shout out to Natasha. I know I'm forgetting some of y'all, but listen. I'm just saying, my ladies are awesome. They gorgeous. They beautiful. Can we get into the show? Can I give y'all a little bit of insight of where we going with this show today? So, what we going to do is we going to dig and we going to deep dive into the Fed rate hike. We going to dive into the fact that Biden can't save you. He cannot save you. Nobody can save you except for you. Maybe with the assistance of me. But nobody can save you, all right? So we rocking with that, and then we gonna end the show on a high note, specifically reacting to a video that I have not checked out yet, but somebody sent me something along the theme of what we've been doing over the last week. We gonna break that down, and hopefully this person is a little bit better than the last 3 people that we broke down, all right? So let's deep dive into the show. So again, Patreon members, make sure you tap in shortly after the show. If you have not watched the mastermind session, I know that the Seat at the Table members are going to rewatch the mastermind session. That is going or scheduled to be launched shortly after the show. Okay. So we're going to deep dive into that. Before we get into that though, before we get into all of the fun stuff, let's break down what's going on in society today from a financial perspective, right? A lot of y'all say, Anton, I love the game. I love the fact that you break down things from a financial perspective. I need to know what's going on. Cool. So yesterday, the Fed hiked the rates 3 bases of a percentage point. So 0.75%. The Fed had a rate hike yesterday. The market reacted. It reacted positively, right? We're going to break that down. All right. But one of the things that really caught my eye was Biden is on his knees begging and praying to the porcelain oil gods. I cannot get any more direct than that. Biden is on his knees. I have never seen in my lifetime, in my short 40 years on this earth, I have never seen a president on his knees begging and praying for acceptance from big oil, from any company, Not to this extent. I said, don't do it like that. Get up off your knees. Get up off your knees, Prez. Listen, I might not have voted for him, but he's still our president. He's the president of the United States. He's the leader of the free world. And I felt some type of way when I seen Biden out here up on his knees. Get up off your knees, President B. Jesus. So he has this open letter to oil companies saying that, yo, listen. Please, Freaky Jason, don't charge so much money and make sure you increase your output. This shows you how much power the president really has. He can influence policy, even if they don't understand business or looking at things from a business perspective. He can finesse y'all during elections. But let's be clear. What we learned in the pandemic is that they have less power than you think on a state level. You guys need to be more involved in what's going on a local level. You need to understand your millages. Find out who your treasurer are. In some cities, you have city council members. Find out who your mayor is. Go to different meetings. Understand what's going on in your city with your schools, superintendents, school district. Often at times, like in the city of Detroit specifically, the mayor and the superintendent of what goes on, or the Detroit Public Schools or the school board, is two separate entities. The mayor cannot control what goes on in the schools. So that's two different things that you want to pay attention to. Okay? Get involved locally, because we realized during the pandemic that the president had less power than we thought that they did, which is why different states took different strategies and they moved differently depending on how it is that they wanted to respond to the pandemic, specifically how they wanted to influence you to vote when it came time to go to the polls in the election. Different conversation. But let's deep dive, right? We're going to go ahead and get into the video a little bit. You know me. I like to read a little bit, but I'm kind of like y'all. I prefer for somebody to just give me some visual representation of what's going on these streets. So we're going to go ahead and share what's happening in the streets, and then we're going to get y'all reaction. We're going to break it down. I'm going to help y'all to understand exactly what this Fed hike means, what they're trying to solve for, why they're doing it, and then how it's going to affect you personally, okay?
President Biden accusing the oil industry of profiting from the record high gas prices. That from an open letter to 7 of the biggest oil companies, including ExxonMobil, Chevron, BP America, and Shell. The president wrote that historically high refinery profit margins being passed directly on to the American families are not acceptable. Mr. Biden added that companies must take immediate actions to increase the supply of gas, diesel, and other refined product.
Am I out here running in the Victim Olympics? I ain't got no sound. That's how you know a brother just be going. This is funny. No, but listen. Let's get back to things. That was a funny. Ha ha ha. Let's get back on business. All right. What happened to? Good. I didn't want y'all to hear some of that anyway, because I was doing a little bit of cussing and it was probably going to cost me a little bit of money from my daughter. What happened to the Build Back Better plan? I'm just curious. What happened to Build Back Better? What happened to the infrastructure bill? What happened to all of this? Yo, we're going to take money from the rich. We're going to designate it to these specific projects. We're going to pay off student loans. We're going to empower more victim Olympics. We're going to create more programs for people that don't necessarily need it and they don't want to necessarily go to work every day. And then we're going to have the infrastructure bill where we're going to take even more money from more companies in order to make sure that we built this infrastructure. We push people in the direction that we want to go in. We want to make sure that we have electrification. We want to have all of this innovation happen so that we can make sure that we're empowering companies to really be able to push us forward. We don't hear nothing about that. Nothing at all. We was humming in the economy. You know what I was reading? You know what I'm reading on a day-to-day basis? Most companies are predicting for unemployment to go up. We got more debt, more fighting, more issues. I see a war that's costing us money. I see inflation at a 41-year high. I see the biggest rate hike in the last 30 years since 1994. And then I see a leader of the free world writing open letters begging private and publicly funded businesses to have more output and take less profit. It's a sad sight to see. It's a sad sight to see.
If not, the president warned, he is considering invoking emergency powers to boost America's oil supply. This comes as we're all feeling the pain at the pump. AAA reports the national average gas price is about $5 a gallon, 50 cents more than last
month. Go to
month,
California, it's much higher
more than last year. CNBC's Kayla Tausche live at the White House. Kayla, first he put it on Putin. Now he's blaming both Putin and big oil.
Well, President Biden.
And you know what's so funny? This is CNBC. This isn't even Fox. We know that Fox is just adamantly against the president, right? We know that Fox is right. Tucker Carlson, we know that, right? This is CNBC. And they like, yo, listen, first he was blaming it on Putin. Now he blaming it on big oil. What's going on in these streets?
Biden is now asking major oil companies to explain why they haven't returned to pre-pandemic levels of refining and enjoying those higher margins.
It's called capitalism.
ExxonMobil, for one, responded to the White House saying, we've been investing through the downturn to increase refining capacity, even during the pandemic when we lost more than $20 billion and had to borrow more than $30 billion. Overall, in the United States, oil.
Now, all of this is absolutely true. This is not finessing. This is not spinning a narrative. Shout out to Brandon Chisholm. Says the market was positive yesterday because the Fed was in line with what they said they would do. Markets don't like uncertainty, meaning the markets was positive because there were no surprises. You are absolutely positively right, Brandon. They expected it to hike up that much. They did exactly what the expectation was. The markets reacted positively. My portfolio overall was up like 1.25%. Such is life, right? But let's be clear. Let's be clear of what we're looking at. Last year, big oil, Exxon specifically, lost more than $20 billion because of the pandemic. They borrowed more than $30 billion. And now, because you have a president that does not understand how to look at things from a business perspective, he's begging big oil to take a haircut. It's a boom and bust business. When you up, you up. When you down, you down. But they're begging big oil to then take a haircut. Let's continue.
Refiners are operating at about 94% capacity, though the amount of oil they're capable of refining has fallen by about 1 million barrels of oil per day since the pandemic peak. Today, the press secretary said companies should increase gas supply at all costs for the good of American consumers.
We see that as an important first step in making sure that the oil refineries are doing their part, again, patriotic duty, in making sure that they're putting out capacity and they're not taking advantage of a war that is hurting.
You do realize that this woman has no idea what she's talking about, right? She's stumbling over her words because she's forced to communicate on behalf of a president that has no understanding of exactly how we need to run things from a business perspective. Zero, zilch, nada. And so this is what we see on a regular basis. Let's continue. Let's go ahead and get to the end of this video because it's painful watching this president move the way he moves.
Have privately provided some of their own tactical suggestions, like the White House investing alongside companies to reopen shuttered refineries, pairing refining regulations, supporting an existing oil pipeline from Canada called Line 5, and removing steel tariffs that have made drilling equipment more expensive.
So then we have to ask ourselves, wait a minute. I thought this was the president of climate change. I thought this was the one that championed all of the initiatives behind John Kerry, who takes his private flights on a regular basis. I thought this was the president that advocated against big oil. No, you're asking for favors. You want them to pump out more. Okay, well, we got some favors to ask of you, and that's how capitalism works. All right, let's continue.
But other political options would seemingly clash less with the president's base, like Senator Ron Wyden. He made a proposal to tax oil companies' excess profits that he's shared with the White House. And Wall Street banker and longtime...
Say it ain't so, Freaky Jason. So you're telling me that they're making a proposal to tax even more? That's your suggestion, to make sure that you tax them even more than you already taxing them, and that's your move? That's how you get them in your pocket? That's how you make friends with Kool-Aid?
Democratic advisor Robert Wolf was seen leaving the White House today after having publicly advocated to suspend the 18-cent per gallon federal gas tax. All of that could come to a head before the high-traffic July 4th holiday and before President Biden travels to the oil-rich kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So,
what have we learned today? What have we learned today, ladies and gentlemen? Well, I'm going to tell you exactly what we learned is that this president has no idea. No idea. See, we don't live in a communist environment. We don't live where we have a dictator. We don't live in any of that space. We live in a space where, thank God, you have to negotiate your way to the top. You have to make friends. You have to understand things from a business perspective, and then you have to move accordingly. Thank God. So Anton, as usual, big dog is going to save you. I'm going to give you the game and the understanding of how it is that you need to move a little bit differently so that you can get better results. Okay? So it's three ways. We just going to set the foundation. And then if you want to continue to have a conversation with us, you can join Bag Chasers University. That's up to you. But it's three ways that we're going to have this conversation of how this Fed rate hike is affecting you. How is it affecting you? What does this mean to me? I see all of these talking points. They say, oh yeah, the Fed is raising rates and all of this other type of stuff. It's 3/4 of a bit. What does that mean? How do we break this down in layman terms? How does this affect you? And so you don't have to go and try to look it up so you can understand. You know how when you first get on a new job or you go into a new industry and you walk in and they're using all of these terms and these shortcuts and you like, what the fuck are they talking about? You don't have to do that. You don't have to pretend to be smart. It's not that hard. It's not that complicated. I'm going to break down exactly from a C student's perspective. You got to remember, I'm a C student. I'm going to break down from a C student's perspective exactly what you need to be looking at and why you're going to be affected and how you're going to be affected, what they're looking to solve with the rate hike. All right. Shout out to BC. BC says, no one is more informative and entertaining as you are. Your economic and financial talking points are much needed. Thank you. Thank you, BC. Thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for everybody that tap in to the Millionaire Morning Show. And I'm going to kindly and politely ask that you guys hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. And if you would, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so we can continue to do what we do. All right. Anton is going through it. A, the cost of money. When you see that the Fed is raising rates, again, we're going to solve from this on a fundamental level and we're going to break this down. Okay. When the Fed is raising rates, they're basically saying that the cost of money is going up. Do you hear what I'm saying? I am not telling you something that makes you feel good. I'm telling you something that is going to affect you. So let me break it down from a layman's terms and we're going to talk about this historically. So what you've historically seen is that when the economy is in the tank and it's going bad, let's take President Obama, for example, right? When the auto industry was trash and everything was crashing in 2008 and housing prices, and they had to loan out all of these monies to the bank because they said that the banks was too big to fail. You know what? One of the things that they did, they lowered the rate. You know what lowering the rate made it easier to do? Go and get money. You know why they call it cheap money? Because it costs nothing to borrow. And then this is where the term comes from, where they say you want to make sure that you're getting rich by investing other people's money. Meaning you have more access to do the things that's in your best interest, such as start a business, get a loan for a house, cars, whatever it is, credit cards. The interest rates go down because they want to make it more accessible and easy for you to be able to maneuver during difficult times, such as when they made sure that the rates was cut low. And then remember in the pandemic, let me break it down for y'all because I don't want to get too far ahead. Remember in the pandemic when everybody started refinancing all at the same time, banks was like, thank you, Jesus. Banks were incredibly happy because they had lowered rates, which made your payments lower. For some of y'all fumbled the bag because you don't understand how money works. So what you did was you pulled money out and you refinanced so that you can go and have you a hot girl summer, go get you a new car and whatever, and not all of that money is tricked away, right? You pulled the equity out or you refinanced at a lower rate to get a lower payment just so you can increase your lifestyle. That's what you did. You didn't help yourself. You didn't really make sure that you got ahead. All you did was finesse and did something that wasn't in your best interest. Cool. We know what that had. We know what that turned out like, okay? But basically what the Fed does is they try to control the flow of money. They print more money, so on and so forth. We're going to get into that in a minute. But the idea of it is that they can control how they can prop up or how they can adjust to what the current circumstances in the economy is by raising and lowering rates. So essentially, what I'm telling you, the cost of money is going up. The cost of borrowing money for the things that you're going to do, whether it's in your business, whether it's in your everyday lifestyle, whether you're trying to buy a house, the cost of money is going up. They're raising rates to do what? Fight inflation. We know that inflation is at a 41-year high. I'm giving y'all the blueprint. I'm breaking this down so that when you start to see these talking points and these people be trying to act like they smarter than you, they not. You're going to be able to tap in and say, oh, okay, cool. Like this, like this, like that. Then they're going to be like, oh, I can't get one over on them. I can't finesse them. I can't get one over to them. I can't finesse them. Okay? So essentially, they're doing it for multiple reasons, including trying to fight inflation. What is inflation? Inflation is the idea that it's going to cost you more money to do the things that you want to do every single day because there is no balance. When you lower money too low for too long, too many people are taking advantage of it, which then pushes up prices such as housing because everybody want to get in at the same time. It's a delicate balance, and that's why you have to understand what money does. The idea is that they're raising rates to fight inflation to make up for mistakes that they made prior to everything going to shit. So when you've seen everybody running to buy out a house at the same time, now you got housing after a certain amount of time going for $100,000 over asking price, and you got these astronomical environments that we creating. Nobody want to work no more because money is cheap. So everybody is, nobody want to find a job, which means that they then have to raise the cost in order to hire employees. And guess where they pass that cost over into? They printed more money. They gave y'all a bunch of stimulus checks. They raised the debt load. And then guess what? The value of your money going down every single day because you can't even buy a piece of chicken at the grocery store without it being 50% higher than it was yesteryear. There's a delicate balance. So when we have these conversations, again, we talking about the Fed raising rates. When we're having these conversations, I want you to understand that it's not as simple as a Thanos snap in which they can create more resources. No. It's a butterfly effect. You're going to suffer on the back end and the front end, whether you think that they're for you or against you. And just because you don't understand the policy, don't mean that you're not going to be affected. So can I get an amen in here? Because Anton always is cooking in here. And again, you don't have to start to come up with different talking points when you know exactly what you're talking about. You just break it down on a layman's term. And if you can't explain it to them like a little baby, then you fully don't understand what you're talking about. Okay? They're fighting inflation, but fighting inflation is really fighting the thing that they did wrong prior to raising the rates. All right, let's continue. What it creates, possibly, in the long run, the butterfly effect, is a recession, which is now what we've been talking about. So let's pay attention here. Let's back up. Cost of money going up. I have been preaching this for well over a year to you guys. Shout out to the bag chasers. The cost of money is going up because the cost of money was so cheap, and it was a trickle-down effect, and it was a butterfly effect to what was going to happen, which I told you that inflation was going to explode. Now we have inflation at a 41-year high. They're trying to raise rates. They're trying to do it gradually because they don't want to have you experiencing too much pain at the same time, because they're not necessarily reducing inflation. It doesn't happen immediately when you raise the rates. It's going to be a slow burn, which is why we have to go through these cyclical processes in order to make sure that we correct what goes on in the economy. Just because they raising rates don't mean that everybody is going to stop looking for houses immediately and then there's going to be availability for you. I'm cooking. Pay attention. Take notes. You might want to rewatch this live stream with your children so they can understand things from a financial perspective. This is real life. And now what we're facing is the thing that I've been talking to you guys about for an extended period of time now, is a recession. Possible recession on a horizon. Banks been predicting it. Not only have the banks been predicting it, they've been preparing for it. Possible recession. What does that mean? Is the recession directly tied to inflation? Not exactly, right? That means that we're starting to experience layoffs, because I'll give you an example. Real estate agents are suffering. There are no houses to sell. And when they can sell them, most people can't afford them anymore because the prices are out of control, which we're then trying to artificially deflate what's going on in the economy so that we can create a glut and more access by raising rates and making it less available for people. Do you see what's going on? And then it's a trickle-down effect. When nobody buys houses and nobody buys food, and then you have logistics problem with people being able to get goods and services in because you don't have them. My Porsche has been sitting in the shop. We just got a text message today. My Porsche has been getting fixed for the last 3 months because prices are so high and people can't afford things, but then they can't afford not to do it. It puts the middle class and the lower class people in a pickle, because the rich people have been taking advantage of it because I've been giving you points and ways in which you can prepare for it so that you can capitalize off of it. This just did a show the other day on how we're going to eat the poor. You're not going to eat the rich. We're going to eat you. I've been telling you for the last year, we're not going to be the ones that suffer. You are. It's a delicate balance, and you're electing somebody into office that's pandering to you, that's not going to do what's in your best interest. You're going to suffer in the end. You're going to pay more taxes than me. And then you're not even going to be able to go to the store that I own to buy food from me that you tried to raise taxes on in order to give you subsidies and to make you into the Victim Olympics even more. Think about it. Let's play this out. It's a trickle-down effect. You're going to have a slowdown in the economy. And it's not going to happen just overnight. It's going to be for an extended period of time, and it's going to be a slow burn. It's going to be painful. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. It's the same thing that you told that girl when you tried to bust her down. It's going to hurt. I'm going to just put the tip in. Listen. This is a morning show. I don't want to go there. I'm going over to the late night live streams. Anton, pull on back. Let me check into these super chats, see what y'all talking about. Let me see what y'all talking about. You know I don't like to forget my people. I don't like to give my people that take care of me and make sure that they donate to the platform. Shout out to the super chats. Taman says, amen, amen, amen. Can I get a tabernacle up in here? We talking about money. We talking about you being able to take care of your family. We talking about you trying to have a hot girl summer and drive what you want to drive. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. We cooking over here. Shout out to Jonathan Jaghammer said, "Hey man, Big Pete says you cooking, bro. Don't I every day? Don't I every day?" Shout out to Brock. He says, Pastor always preaching this kind of talk I like. Keep bringing forth the word, bruh. You need a choir in the background. Imagine that. Should I get some choir? Oh, should I get some choirs? Some choir music going on in the background, or should I just hire a choir? You know what I'm saying? Because we get it like that. Shout out for the 20 ball. Julian says, "Thank you, Anton, for the game we won't find in schools today. Time to enroll in the Bag Chasers University." Shout out to Julian for supporting the platform and everybody that decides to donate. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You donating on behalf of everybody else that's benefiting off of your generosity. We love you. We appreciate you. Let's break it down one more time. We're going to go through the 3 points because I wanted to make sure that they intersect and you understand how they were interconnected. So the next time that y'all see the Fed raise rates, because they will raise rates again, right? And you look at your credit card bill and you're saying, man, they increasing the interest rate. And man, the interest rate on those homes is different. And the lumber prices is falling because nobody is building homes and can afford anything anymore. When you start having these conversations, now you know, because Anton broke it down to you like a little baby. Cost of money is going up. Used to be cheap. Inflation is high. We trying to artificially solve for it. And it's creating a recession for the people that they then going to be out of a job. And then they back to square one because they're going to sell everything. And then the rich people going to buy it all. And then we going to get richer. And then the middle class is going to be decimated. They don't teach you this in school. Boyce Watkins cannot teach you this. Boyce Watkins do not understand this. He is a part of academia. He has never actually built anything, and he does not know what real people are dealing with on an everyday basis because he's insulated in his little mind of thinking that he knows something because he's had validation from multiple platforms that allowed him to get on because he was preaching victim Olympics to people that was actually hurting them instead of helping them. Y'all like how I break that down? Very simple. Challenge is still on. If Boyce want to come up and he want to do the $100,000 a piece challenge, we can do that. I want to bust that down with my bag shapers. Big bank take big brokerage, take little brokerage. All right. So listen. Let me get off of Boyce. That was just a little pot shot for him. Again, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. If you want to kick it with me personally, you know how to get in touch with Ton Dog. Anton Daniels 413@gmail.com. Straight from the hood, giving you a breakdown of how it is that you need to operate, not from a Dave Ramsey perspective, but from an Anton Daniels perspective. It's another level. All right. So again, oh snaps. What the V Campbell is up here supporting the platform. Thank you, V Campbell, for the 100 ball. We appreciate everybody for supporting the platform because I pour so much of what I have into you. I thank you. I thank you for making sure that you support us over here at Bag Chasers University. Everybody that's a part of the Patreon that's taking advantage of this mastermind session that I'm just about to upload. Everybody that's taking advantage of me breaking down to you at a layman's terms on a C level of exactly how inflation and rate hikes and recessions work. Everybody that understand that Biden begging for big oil to do what it is that they need to do ain't gonna manifest into nothing, and he's just posturing, trying to make himself look good so his approval rating can go up. Everybody like V Campbell that continues to take care of the platform, I appreciate you. Thank you to my dog Jeff. Sharon. See how I pronounce your name correctly? Sharon, thank you. Tabernacle up in this joint. My dog Jeff. Jeff is my good guy. Me and Tommy, thank you, Tommy, for continuing to rock with the platform. My dog Jeff says you kill it every day. My dog Jeff, hey, shout out, rest in peace to your best friend, my good friend, Kevin Samuels. Shout out to my dog Jeff. I'm going to be coming to Oklahoma City very, very shortly because you know we got business to take care of. We working on some things. Shout out to Jeff. Shout out to my dog Aaron says, a recession is coming to Boston after the game. Boston is going to win, big dog. Boston is winning tonight. Game 6, Game 7, and I want my money from everybody that truly believe in Steph Curry and the Golden State losers. All right, so let's get into the video, and hopefully, and again, thank you to V Campbell and everybody that continues to invest in the platform and in yourself subsequently as a result of rocking with me, all right? Let's get into the video. I want to break down exactly what's going on here, okay? Hopefully you guys sent me something worthy of breaking down, and we don't have people doing stupid things with money that's not in their best interest. All right? All right. I'm praying as I hit the button. I'm about to hit the button right now. I'm praying as I'm hitting the button, all right? Lord, help us. Please do not let whoever this is running the Victim Olympics today, please let them actually do something smart with their money so that we can leapfrog off of it, and then they closely align what it is that I've been teaching already, okay? Okay.
I started off out of college making history by becoming the youngest trader at the New York Stock Exchange, as well as the second African-American woman to work down there.
Hey, girl.
I made $12,000, and I currently, fast forward, today make $650,000.
Oh, wait a minute. Not a modern woman out here started off making 12 bands, now making $650,000. She kind of cute, too. Hey, girl, let me go ahead and rewind that and start that over.
I started off out of college making history by becoming the youngest trader at the New York Stock Exchange, as well as the second African-American woman to work down there.
She was the youngest woman in the New York Stock Exchange. Now, it wasn't all glamorous, though. Pay attention to what she's about to say. Shout out to Tommy, says, next meet up in Oklahoma? I don't know. Y'all better tap into Jeff. Next meetup is actually in New York, though. On the real, though. Check it out. It wasn't all glamorous. She was the youngest woman on the New York Stock Exchange, working at the New York Stock Exchange. Listen to what she's about to say next.
I made $12,000, and
she made $12,000. That's how much she was making. $12,000. A lot of y'all want it now. You know, you don't want to pay your dues. You think it's all glamorous. You think just because they're on TV, they're on the floor, they doing the little stock exchange, you think that it's all glamorous. It's not. She made $12,000.
I currently, fast forward, today make $650,000.
Today, she makes $650,000. Let me say that one more time. She makes $650,000 a year. Now, I know a lot of guys gonna say, oh, she's a modern woman and men don't care about that, and she gonna emasculate you and she's gonna try to make you be a stay-at-home husband. Listen, just say that you can't afford to be in her presence and we good. Just say you not built to talk to her. All right? She not for you. 27-year-old. I salute it. I salute my ladies that's getting to the bag. Why wouldn't we glean information? You know, I hear people every day say women don't need to even talk sometimes. No, women don't need to talk about men's business. That's the context that you're supposed to add. I want to know what women have to say because they smart as piss. They've been through some things. They can add value into my life. And I want to glean from them in order to be able to understand how I can move more effectively. She's 27 and she makes $650,000 a year. And she kind of cute. And see, this is the problem right here. Listen to Richie. Richie said, this stories are cap. Richie, come to the front of the congregation, my buddy. Before we get into this video, I need you to come to the front of the congregation, Richie, because first of all, we're not going to say this stories are cap. Okay. Secondly, you got to actually listen to the video, and then we're going to glean from her story in order to determine whether or not she's doing things correctly. Okay. Third, you can't say only entitled people can project their success story like it was practical. You don't know what's practical because you're already making a judgment before you get the information. This is how you cut off your nose to spite your face. Breathe. I want to know why she makes $650 from $12,000. That's the smart, wise thing that we're going to do. See, y'all don't think I'll be paying attention to the comments. I'll be paying attention. Focus.
I'm Lauren Simmons. I'm 27 years old.
Hey, girl.
I make $650,000 a year, and I live in Los Angeles, California.
Ooh, get out of Los Angeles. Please, though, if you can.
When people ask me what do, I generally give a generic response. I work in finance, but actually I'm an author, I'm a producer, I'm a host of a Spotify podcast as well as a TV series.
Okay.
And I am an investor and I sit on a few boards of different financial companies.
She says so much stuff. I don't even remember everything that she said. She says, I'm an investor, I'm on Spotify, I work in finance, public figure. I destroy people. I make sure that they get themselves up. I outwork them. I grind. I hustle. All I heard was hustle, grind, going to get it, not running in the victim Olympics. Everything that I've heard from her right now and see from her right now is absolutely awesome. Let me just rewind it a little bit because she broke down a lot.
A Spotify podcast as well as
let me
a
rewind
TV
a little bit
series.
more.
And finance, but actually I'm an author, I'm a producer, I'm a host of a Spotify podcast as well as a TV series. And I am an investor. And I sit on a few boards of different
and she on a few boards of different companies. Listen, if you working your little, take your little 40 hours, take your little 40 and take it over that way, because this type of woman is intimidating to a lot of men. They don't feel like they can approach her. They may shoot a DM. They're going to act sheepish. They're not feeling confident around her because they know that she's outworking them every single day. This is the type of woman that we want right up our alley. This is the type of women that we want celebrated. These are the type of women that we build in the Patreon. Everything I'm hearing right now sounds golden to me. Golden to me. All right? Killing it. Is Marietta, Georgia in the hood? Where's that at? In the suburbs? Lauren's mother taught her the importance of saving.
She has always been very strict when it comes to budgeting and saving.
So she got a budget. That's dope. I like the fact that she got a budget. Shout out to Tommy M. He says, making serious money takes time unless you're one of the people that luck up on lottery or Bitcoin. Cap. It does not. Making serious money just requires you to be fiscally responsible, not start running in the victim Olympics. Don't adjust your lifestyle to fit the narrative that everybody else wants you to do because you don't want to do things for people that don't care anything about you. And then you just want to be normal. It don't take a lot to get rich. You just have to be intentional. It does not take a long time.
Me on her credit cards early on so I could build that credit before I turn 18.
I told y'all about this hack. You don't have to open credit cards and lines of credit. She said her mother put her on her credit cards so that she can build lines of credit before she turns 18. Meaning, all you have to do is add them as an authorized user once they turn 18. Y'all don't want to hear this. Y'all don't want to talk about this. Stop getting credit cards. Ask people to add you as a authorized user. It's going to give you their solid credit history, and then you'll be able to do whatever it is that you want to do when you want to do it without having to ask for a cosigner. Let me say it again. It's okay not to have credit because you can then tap into people that are fiscally responsible. You don't have to ask them for a card. You don't have to have any of that. Just add them to add you as an authorized user. When my daughter turns 18, she is going to be an authorized user on what me and her mother has built for an extended period of time, and then she'll be the beneficiary of our greatness. You automatically get a gajillion. I told people, I said, yo, it's easy to get a 700 plus credit score. They said, Anton, no, it's not. I said, okay. And then I just retreated back to my layer of greatness, because they didn't ask me how. All they said was, no, it's not possible. No, it's not possible. Okay, cool. All right. Well, let's just listen to baby girl here. Kick it.
This day at 27, I rely a lot on my mom. I hear her voice even if I don't talk to her whenever I make purchases over $100.
She graduated from Kennesaw State University with a degree in genetics in 2016. About a year later, she transitioned to finance to become an equity trader at the New York Stock Exchange. Okay.
My firm. everybody that was entry level walking into the door was making $12,000. But other people at other firms, I learned entry level, same qualifications that I had, same job that I had, was making $120,000. And to break down how that happens, the New York Stock Exchange is very much like the NFL. The different firms at the New York Stock Exchange, like the different teams at the NFL, set their own salaries, rules, HR policies, et cetera, et cetera.
So what she's telling you is that the different firms determine the rules based off of what it is that they want from their workers. Now, one thing that she didn't say, but you can kind of glean from her conversation, is that the experience is one of the things that she was able to leapfrog off of in order to get her foot in the door and other things, which then is generating the amount of money that she's making now. Everybody wanted yesterday. You feel like you need to be paid based off of how you feel and what you feel like your worth is, but your value and your worth is based off of what people are willing to pay you. So if she had to take that 12 ball initially to get to the 100,000 ball or 200,000 ball or whatever it is that she did next, then it was well worth the experience in order for her to get that on her resume and then leapfrog into another thing. I tell y'all in the Patreon every single day, listen, they will pay you more to leave. I give y'all the exact blueprint. I tell y'all exactly how long you need to stay at a company in order to make sure that you leapfrog into the next opportunity. Let's continue. I'm liking what I'm seeing right now. This is the best one that I've seen thus far. I have not seen her slip up and say anything that I did not agree with. She is absolutely on point. First time for everything, I guess, but it ain't the end of the video. Going forward, she only taking jobs that pay $120K. Cool. Oh, this is my part. This is the part I want to see.
This $23 is very cheesy, but I move it with me everywhere. This is the last $23 from the check that I received at the New York Stock Exchange, and I keep it with me to just essentially keep my money.
I still got
growing,
my first dollar from all of my different businesses.
Where I started and where I'm at now.
She made $650,000 from her entrepreneurial endeavors in 2021. It's a difference between working a job, opening up a business, and looking at things from a business perspective. She's about to break this down, I'm assuming, with her budget. Got that ring light. I see you, girl. She makes as much as 6 figures for a brand deal, so she understands how to market herself effectively. Everything you do, everything that I have, from my Instagram profile to the different YouTube channels that I have, feeds into me being able to market myself effectively. I talked about this in the mastermind session. I broke it all the way down to the ground. Make sure y'all tap into that video on the Patreon today. Shout out to Carl Oakley. Carl Oakley says, what you think and believe you can achieve. Got my young go-getter making $240,000 from Microsoft, and she's set to buy his second, and he's set to buy his second investment property at 24 years old. It can be, of course it can be done. But see, the problem with people, Carl, and thank you for the 10 ball, is that people don't ask how. They just say that it's impossible. People don't ask how. Hey, how can I afford it? Instead of I can't afford it or why can't I afford it? It's how can I? It activates a different part of your brain that starts to solution for what it is that we're talking about instead of looking for validation and you know, operating in the Victim Olympics.
My apartment is 750 square feet.
Her apartment is 750 square feet. She making $650,000 a year, and her apartment is 750 square feet. Killing the game.
Spend $3,850.
Link to the Patreon is in the description. Just click the link and sign up.
Month, and
her monthly budget is only $4,700 a month, which the majority of it is rent because she live in LA. So you got to pay to play. You got to pay where you live.
Pay that all up front, so I'm not stressed about paying my rent on a month-to-month basis.
All right, so let me break this down.
I spend around $100 a month on food. Breakfast makes me nauseous.
She only spends $100 a month on food. Okay, hold on.
And sleepy, so I usually don't eat until later in the afternoon.
Let me break this down. She got $24 in subscriptions, which I'm assuming that because she's so busy, the subscriptions that she do have is very, very, very intentional. She probably got 2 subscriptions for $12 a piece or some crap like that. She's probably a part of my Patreon and I don't even know it yet. She only spends $24 in subscriptions, $43 in utilities because she's never really home. So she only needs a place that's comforting when she's there and to lay her head and to get up and go back and grind. Smart as hell. Health insurance, $100. Got to eat that. Food, only $165. Dope. She probably eats majority of the time at her job that all automatically furnishes food and all of this. So she takes advantage of that. She out here killing it. I don't see nothing off. $182 in discretionary, which means that's probably what she do when she go out or whatever, when she go out. Pet, $200 a month. Transportation, $215, and rent, $3,850. Yo, this is awesome. I don't see one problem. I'm looking to tear this apart. I'm looking to kill it. She is absolutely, positively killing everything. She only spends $4,779 a month and she makes $650,000 a year. Killing everything. Everything. That is absolutely awesome. No, you can't tell her to do away with the pet, JC. Jesus, she gotta let her spend her little $200 on a pet. I would increase the discretionary to at least $1,000 or $2,000. Real talk, she just probably so busy and love what she do so much that it don't even matter at this point. But yo. Oh, okay. So her subscription's at the bottom. I see y'all. All right, so let me look at this. Subscription is Hay House, Hulu, New York Times. Dope. Dog food and grooming. Tesla charging and insurance is the transportation. So she already owned her Tesla. All she do is just pay for the charging and insurance. And budget based on the timing of the film. Oh, wow. She is killing it. She is everything. That's Bae. What is her name? What is Bae's name? Let her spend a little $200 a month.
I would say Casper is probably my most expensive thing. It's like living with a husband, but not.
It's like living with a husband. They said buy a dog, die alone.
And I get him groomed about probably twice a month, which is just crazy. And then the food that I make, any salmon that I cook, any shrimp that I cook with no seasoning, I will give him that. And he lives a very luxurious lifestyle.
Talk to him, man.
But he is a dear.
That's gross. Paid off $20,000. She only had $20,000 in student loans in 2021. This girl is killing it. I don't even know how to comment on this because I'm so impressed. I think that this is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Look, check this out. She can make money. This is what the people saying. She can make money, but can she be in a relationship? Those are two different things. Man, she not thinking about y'all, bro. I'm telling you, she not thinking about y'all. She is not going to be worried about no man that's worried about if she can hold down a relationship and make him feel like the man because he feel emasculated. If only there were more than one of me, we wouldn't have these problems. Look at that. The power of intention. Jesus, this girl killing it. Put on your Adidas.
I got into meditating because
Hugo about to be in her DMs bussing.
Went through.
Get out of them DMs, Hugo.
Breakup, and
oh, hold on. She about to talk about her relationship. Let me go back.
Terrible because I was 19. Went through.
Oh, she was on a
terrible breakup.
19.
And I just needed answers, and someone suggested to me, actually my boyfriend before we broke up, meditating. That's almost now going on 10 years, having that.
So the one that broke her heart said at 19 said, hey, baby girl, meditate. And here she is, killing everything. He set her up for success. He need to go back and bust down them DMs, yo.
In this crazy world that I have, really helps for my mental sanity. It flows into the productivity.
Look at her Tesla.
Of my entrepreneurial endeavors. Shout out to my ex for making that happen for me. Thank you.
Look at this. This chick is killing everything. She is killing everything and everyone, and she's doing it in her femininity, laughing, relaxed, chilling, having a good time. She had to probably take time out of her schedule just to film this. All right, I'm curious about this. All right, so I want to take a poll, a mental poll. How many of y'all think that she's gonna fumble right here? I'm curious. How many people think she's gonna fumble? Because you know what my philosophy is. My philosophy, and I have not seen this video. My philosophy is that she's going to have. I'm praying that she does not have a savings. I'm praying that she does not keep her money, keep a large amount of money and the majority of the money that she makes in a bank. I'm praying that she does not. But at the same time, I have to be open. I want to end this video right now. Y'all saying y'all got faith in her? She good? I want to end this video right now because she's already at the top of the totem pole in my mind. She does everything right from a entrepreneurial perspective, a business perspective, looking at things. Everything is perfect about her right now. Look at her. She has exemplified perfection. She's not even dressing like she for the streets right now. I want to walk away. I want to walk away. I do not want to continue this video. I think I'm about to end the video right here because I don't even want to be disappointed. I don't want to be disappointed, man. Persevere TV says she from Wall Street. She knows better. All right. Well, then let's find out. Let's find out.
Braggy if I say I'm good with money. Am I good with money? I think everyone's personal finance journey is just that. If I'm being really truthful, I don't think me making $12,000 and me making $650,000 is that much of a difference. And I'm sure everybody's going to be looking at me like I'm crazy.
Oh, she's perfect. I think that she gonna hit the nail on the head. I think she gonna nail it. I think she's gonna absolutely kill it. She got the right mindset. Making $12,000 and making $650,000 ain't that much different. My budget and how it is that I allocate my monies, and I got the budget video in the Patreon, is allocated based off of percentages and not based off of how much you make. It's the same. I got faith in her. I think she gonna do it.
Crazy. I am an aggressive saver like my mom. I save 85% of my income. Have been practicing this since I was on the trading floor making $12,000 a year.
Okay. It's looking good. She says she only keeps $2,000 in her checking account. She says she's an aggressive saver, so I don't know what that means, but she says she only keeps $2,000 in her checking account. This is Bay right now. She is still with 0 points taken away from her right now. If anybody is generating this level of revenue but only have $2,000 in a checking account, how much money I got in my checking account? Let me pull my stuff up. I'm going to share this with y'all. I have $5,152 in my checking and $98 in my savings. Facts. I don't keep no money in no savings account and no checking accounts. You can forget it. No money. Zero. She's Bay right now.
Yes, I get accessibility to do more things, but I think my mental mindset, my money mindset, it's exactly the same.
Oh, this girl is smart. She is why. You know why she's staying away from cryptocurrency? Probably because she doesn't even fully understand it. And I'm guessing here, but I always preach, you don't invest in anything that you do not understand. That's why it says she's staying away from crypto, currently staying away from cryptocurrency, meaning that she's not necessarily against it, but she's probably making informed decisions based off of what she understands. Incredibly wise and incredibly smart.
I do believe a digital currency will be permanent and it'll stay within our infrastructure. But for right now, it is highly speculative. But once it becomes centralized, and I don't think any of the cryptocurrencies that are currently out today will be the ones. I think it'll be a new one entirely. Yes, of course.
This girl is
money into that new digital currency.
Please don't mess up.
My investing strategy, again, make sure that you do your due diligence and you really understand what you're investing in.
Did this girl just not literally repeat the things that I've been saying to you guys forever? She's literally telling you exactly what I'm saying word for word on a regular basis. Oh my God. She's bae. How can I get my simping on like O'Shea? Woo, this girl is everything.
Learned early on from the men on the floor that 95% of the men on the floor don't invest in the stock market. And I didn't start investing until the crash of March 2020. That was the first time. And I don't regret it.
She killed it. She invested in her money when everybody crashed. Oh my gosh. She is literally the prototype of what I try to preach to y'all to be on a regular basis. When everything crashed, that's when she started investing. She didn't even graduate until what, 2016, 2019, some crap like that. And when everything crashed, when everybody got fearful, that's when she started leaning in. The things that I've been teaching y'all all week, all year, all last year. She's making my heart melt. Rita, you're going to be jealous on this one, babe. She's on track to bring in 1 million too next year. Oh God, this girl is
awkward
everything.
to say I'm on track to become a millionaire. As much as I embrace
talking
about salaries and being open, I do think there is this nuance, especially with women. We don't get the same kudos as our male counterparts.
You say you understand why arranged marriage is worth it?
Because I'm the first person in my family to graduate with a college degree. Something about this small town girl.
Hey, something about when somebody got their priorities and their money right, they just look a little bit more attractive, don't they? The smile is a lot more radiant. The teeth is a lot more white. The hair just bounce a little bit more differently. Y'all out here chasing Brittany Renner. We trying to chase Lawrence out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to work on it. I promise you, listen, there's nobody that I'm going to work on more on getting on the Millionaire Morning Show than, what's her name? Let me find out what this chick's name is. Lauren, I ain't going to tell y'all her last name because then y'all going to be trying to bust her DMs down. No. Shout out to Lauren. This is bae. This is the prototype. This is literally the prototype. Persevere TV says, yep, she the one. I need you and Kojak to help me pick out a pair of buffs for her. Shout out to my Detroit brethren. You gonna have her wearing buffs? This is the one.
Just making moves in life is rewarding. But
now y'all want to fight for her.
You know, my family.
I can't have her, but she is bae.
I'm super grateful.
I feel like I need to protect her too.
And also for everyone that is concerned from that CNBC Make It video from years ago, me making
she did another video?
As you can see, I'm just fine, so you guys don't have to stress. I really am that same bubbly girl that you all met years ago. Even if you are
curling
making
her own hair,
100,000, 200,000, $1 million, you don't have to go crazy with your lifestyle. You can be normal and, you know, experience life, but also save and really budget for the future. I'm excited to watch this video in 5 to 10 years from now and to see where I'm at.
Oh, if I wasn't married, I would go ahead and find her. Come on out. Come on out. Come on out. I am so impressed. I am speechless. I am literally speechless because she made no fumbles. You know how rare that is to find somebody that make no fumbles and they only 27 years old? That is incredible. I have something to say about everybody's budget. I had nothing to say about this chick's budget. I am so freaking impressed. Lauren, I'm coming. I'm coming to get you on the Millionaire Morning Show. You need to talk to the people. Listen, I know you busy, babe. Don't worry about it. Anton is going to talk to you. We're going to figure it out. Watch me have Lauren on here. Shout out to all of the Laurens. Y'all can have Brittany Renners. Y'all can have Lori Harveys and all of that. We want Laurens, Savannahs, all of them type of chicks. We don't want all of them other type of stuff. All right. So listen, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Hopefully you got some insight and information on how to look at this Fed rate hike, how it feeds into how you're affected as a consumer, and then how you can make more informed decisions going forward. We're going to continue to do the work. Thank you for everybody that continues to contribute to the platform. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you. But I need you to do one more thing. In addition to make sure you subscribe to the Patreon. And then if you need to get in touch with me, you know how to do that. I need you to do one more thing before we get up out of here. Make sure you share this with your family and friends. We don't want to be rich by ourselves. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for continuing to rock with me. I am going to holler at you later, and Anton is going to take a nap. Peace.